And
Hello.
how we doing?
All these former students walking in.
Oh, I sit up here.
Yeah.
All right.
This is Dalton Humphreys.
Hello.
Hello.
He works with the utilities.
Okay.
Sitting at Gene.
Hey.
Oh,
That's my spot.
I didn't know. I didn't want to assume. I didn't figure that.
Way
Here
over
was for me.
Okay, we are now live. Okay, and I'm gonna move stuff so Marcellus can come up here and tell us that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, actually, when you talk, it'll actually find you.
Really?
Yes.
I like that.
One of these you push and hold. There it is.
I thought it was a smart TV. I thought it was a drone over at Lily.
Drone over New Jersey. Okay, it is 6:03. We will stand for our pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. And we do have a quorum. Frank will be here, but he said he'd be a little bit late. So that's not a problem. So this will actually probably be the first time we've had a full 7-member meeting
It's been one.
ever.
It's been
Because we
one.
never had 7 meetings, and Dalton volunteered. I kind of kidded him about being on it. And he goes, I'm not ready, when he first got hired. And then one day he goes, hey, I'm ready, which is awesome. He says, I don't know anything. And I said, well, you'll be like the rest of us and learn as you go.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, we'll get back here. There are agendas up here if anybody wanted one. I emailed what Marcellus emailed me to Korean, and I just said, hey, print 10 copies.
Yeah. Can you grab me one, too, please?
Just like school, they never brought their homework.
You know, this one form we'll leave alone, complaint or concern, return to clerk treasurer.
Okay,
We'll leave that one alone.
we'll leave that one alone. Okay. Okay, the meeting, which, do you have an email set up yet for the town?
Yes.
Okay, Marcellus will need that.
Yes, I will do that.
And, well, I would too, probably. Because he emails
Not
us
sure if they've
the
got one
agenda and the
Your town email.
minutes from the last meeting, so we can look over those.
Because I just sent it to your Yahoo.
And you had,
Yeah.
do you have Ben's?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought he would.
You don't have mine yet.
Are you not getting, or you don't check your town email? That's what it is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Everything goes to town email.
To the town email.
Yes, because, just a word about the town email. Do you have a town email yet?
No.
Okay. It goes to the server of the state. So if you delete it off your computer, it's still saved on the server of the state. If there's any questions or litigations or things like that, the files are backed up automatically.
Okay.
And then they don't come and take your computer.
Okay.
Same thing with your phone. So if you've had a chance to look over the minutes from the last meeting, which I did, and you guys got your thing squared away with the fence order? Yeah, because I was,
Yes.
I was part of that.
Yes.
Well, if everybody's had a chance to look at those, you guys just want to see what they look like, Dalton. I'll need a motion to accept them.
I second.
No, I said I need a motion.
Make a motion to accept the April 14th meeting minutes.
Okay, a second. Okay, we have a motion by Eric to accept them. We have a second by Ben
Yes.
Truitt. Any discussion on the minutes? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay. Agenda considerations. I do have one. This is, we'll get to it at new business. Unless we want to do it now. And hopefully everybody will be able to hear him. Can you hear me okay, Dylan?
I can. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Dylan had something he wanted to bring before us, so there's no public here, so there's no public considerations. So this would fall under new business. We're going to make it item 1A.
Okay.
1A. So Dylan, you want to go ahead with what you wanted to bring to us?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I don't think I've met many of you, but I have worked with a lot of people in Thorntown. But my name is Dylan. I own the trailer parks here in town that I recently purchased from John Douglas and Henry Barnett. So, in particular, I'm going to be talking about specifically the park located at 552 West Bow Street today. So, when I bought this park in November, on the Boone County records, there are two parcels in between. They're labeled as lots 2 and 3 in Cox petition. Now, when you go and look at the Boone County parcel online, you'll see that lot 2 covers the west side of the property, and then lot 3 covers the center and the right side, the east side of the property. However, there's a small sliver, it's a rectangle that goes from north to south that cuts through the two lots on the east side, lot 3. And basically it's considered an unimproved alley. And this parcel, to my knowledge, has been zoned and operated as a mobile home park for as long as I can, I'm pretty sure Denimake may have owned it for 30, 40 years. But anyways, the request today, I've worked with Boone County, and in order to get that unimproved alley removed and included on my parcel, they request the town of Thorntown to basically vacate the unimproved alley. Just something in writing is what I was told that Boone County would need. So that's the request that I'm proposing today.
Okay, could you go ahead and give the lots again? I was calling it up on GIS
Sure.
as you were talking.
I can give you the parcel number on GIS as well, if that's helpful.
I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trailers, mobile homes on the lot or in the park, which it still shows the old one, not the new one that's been put there on the east side.
Right.
Now, did you put that one in?
I'm sorry.
Did you put that new trailer in on the east side of it?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
We worked on the Firebird one, and we put that
Great.
newer looking one in there.
Now, just an FYI for you, my house is the one that's on the southeast of the trailer park on West Bow. I'm on the south side of the street on the corner.
Oh, nice. We're
The-
neighbors.
The big gray house, and so I know this park where you're talking about, but the alley is not the one in the middle, but the one on the west side.
When you pull up the GIS, I mean, I can send you a screenshot via email if needed, but the alleyway is basically cutting through those two homes there on the east side of the property. Well, I guess three now since we put the new one in there. But it goes directly in the middle of all three of them.
So, like I say, I have the two drives coming off of Bow Street.
Mhm.
And then this is another one that's,
So it's technically, it's not a drive of any sort. It's literally just the land that the homes sit on. But this rectangle cuts through in the middle of basically all three homes on that east side when you look at a map.
huh. Well, that's not coming up on my GIS, which I may not have the correct,
See if you can find the parcel number.
yeah.
Have him give you the parcel number.
Well, I'm trying to, there we go, the layers.
Yeah, if you search under my entity, Zionsville ATM, it'll pull up automatically the Bow Street parcels. And,
Well, that's the road text, barns, watershed zoning, road center lines. That's not coming up. The yellow lines, ag. I just have the red lines, but nothing's, and I'm not the best at using this GIS.
do you want me to email you a screenshot right now?
Yes. All lowercase, Donald Gray 57 at gmail.com.
Okay.
Now I do see that's kind of an easement right there.
Sorry, can you repeat your email one more time?
Oh, Donald Gray, and it is GRAY 57 at gmail.com.
Okay.
A year old one.
Okay, I have just sent the email.
Okay. And we're waiting. I will check. Oh, that's got a thing on it, offroad.com. Well, stuff I need to delete off there. It's not cached yet. Okay, inbox. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Yeah, that little strip right there. I see it now. See it? He's got the blue here, then the red here, and then this is a drive. It's supposed to be the drive here.
Is there a utility line? What's there? Is there a reason why that there's an alley
That
there?
might have been, is it marked as a easement or as an alley?
It's not an easement to my knowledge, but Boone County has said it could be an alleyway.
Okay, 'cause I'm just wondering if in the early stages before the mobile homes got so big that was the original drive and there were some back to back with the ones on the west side. And then when they started bringing in these bigger ones, they just had to move the drive over to the west. So the thing is to have an alley closed off, or I guess give them back to you or whatever, does have to go through the town council.
Okay.
But I guess we could vote on whether to give you a favorable recommendation, negative recommendation, or no recommendation.
Right.
So, and
Can you forward that to,
yes,
forward to the group?
So are all the entries where people park their cars, is this obvious now as we look at it?
yeah, this is pretty recent. I mean, this is probably in the fall because that's
You live right there, so.
right. But this entrance is here, this entrance is here. And I waited for my neighbors here when I was mowing the other day. This one's been replaced and it was a little bit bigger. So it's
It's this area, but there are additional lines on the image.
Hmm.
And where the thin alley is, it's like right here.
So all the driveways.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4 parcels here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and between these two parcels.
Well, here's one right here. And the other one's
He's
right
got this
here.
screenshot, so.
This one's right here. Actually, I should, well, I don't have it. I don't have the town email on my laptop. Is that what we need to do? Just decide whether we want to give a favorable or?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys see what we're talking about here, Dan?
Yeah,
Okay.
he contacted me first.
Right.
And so we kind of talked back and forth, and that's why I said, present it at this meeting and we can decide whether,
Did you walk it, Ben?
I go there, I've been there quite a bit.
What do you think?
Like I say, I think this was originally the drive and they
rotate it so they can
see it. I think that they could just.
rearranged, just moved their drive.
Yeah.
That's.
But
This look right here, correct?
And
So-
what are the other lines?
okay, this must be an easement back here somehow. There's a property line back here. And then this is the drive coming in on the west end. There's one here in the middle. And then there's a fence right here. This is Ford's. Ford's actually have two lots, it looks like. They have both of these. And then, like I said, this small one must have been the original. This trailer or one similar was sitting here. And then I would almost bet that at one point, this one was here, this one was over here, this one was here, and then these three were lined up on here. But, oh, see, and they've got a next one. When they got bigger, they had to adjust.
Yeah, because this is the same parcel number. These two are the same parcels.
Right.
Right there, those two.
Oh,
Mhm. Okay,
I'm checking, yeah, the same numbers. So basically that alley is separating those two parcels. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. Yeah.
You said lot 2 is on the west side.
right. Okay.
And all of these, even our house is in the Cox edition. So are you going to keep the drive that's there and you want to add that little sliver between that's dividing 016052500, correct?
Correct.
Oh, he's here. You can take the seat.
Oh, you're good, go ahead.
So, okay, can you send me an email explaining what you actually, how you want to word it and what you want to do?
Okay.
And we will vote on whether to get, giving you a favorable, non-favorable, or no comment on it. So,
Make sure you attaches the photo markup.
Yes.
sideways and all
Yeah.
that sort. So there's no question.
I'll have cream. I'll send her a copy and she can print them. I'll send it to her on what he wants to do. So I need a motion to combine or to remove the strip dividing lot 1605250. Since I got it in front of me, I'll make a motion. I make a motion that we remove the dividing strip between property 0160525000 in the trailer park of Cox Addition. Does anyone want to second that? I'll second it. Okay. Gene seconds it. Is there any discussion?
Do we know if there's any utilities, water, wastewater?
Basement.
I just tried looking at that.
Anything
I have a
that's-
picture
yeah.
of the map of the utilities. I don't think there's anything there, but
Yeah,
I
everything's
need to double check. It's just
Yeah.
Anything above ground?
underground.
Yeah.
if he's walked it, then.
Yeah, there's everything's.
No, man. I mean, that's what as long if someone has physically gone out there and checked to make sure there's no
Everything,
underground utilities.
The
that would
storm
cause-
sewer covers.
yeah.
No.
They couldn't be grown over with grass, things of that nature.
No, they kept, the people before Dylan, and I'm sure Dylan does too, because every time I look over there, it's well kept. The landscaping, I should say, is well kept.
I will say the power is underground, but like from the meters to the
Right.
things, but that there's no water or
Dylan, have you done is it 811? For underwater?
811.
The 811 to see if there's anything underneath that little strip?
I have, yes, I did that prior to moving that new home on that lot there. And in addition to that, I did pay for a sewer scope back in October 2024. And that gentleman drew out a whole map of the main water lines from Thorntown and then the lines within the park that I own and maintain. And I can provide that to you via email as well if you'd like a visual of that.
Where's the
Yes,
city
please
sewer?
do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if that's city sewer going through there.
Well, there's my sewer, this line goes here and then it goes underneath Powell Street that way. And then there's a storm sewer on the corner.
I'd like us to do due diligence just to make sure that there's nothing important on that piece, unless I'm missing something. And that's just me. I know you've lived there in that area for
Yeah.
a long time. I'm not familiar with it. What's the negative of giving up alley space? I mean, you see the
Well-
layout, right?
I mean, in its current use, there really isn't a negative. But if
Right.
if that lot was ever to be developed into something else,
And if that's what that actually is too.
yeah.
So,
Is there any research that you would be bringing up to state something that would be a no-go for Dylan?
Mm,
I'm just
Dylan,
wanting to practice.
do you
if I
know
if I had
the,
to, I mean, if I like, if it was
sewer
an
lines-
easement, then that would be a problem. If it was,
map that you could just email real quick?
Yes, I was just finding it. I'm going to
Trying to think what
email you
else.
right now.
Okay.
Only if it's an easement's the issue.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. If it's an alley, that shouldn't be a problem. I mean, as long as the town council doesn't see any reason to maintain that alleyway,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be a
Well,
problem.
they did give up the alley right up here. And those people they kind of split it in the middle between the two properties, but then they put up a fence, but then the alley behind, they have like the guy works on lawnmowers on his own. I mean, it's not really business, but, and then in front, they've put all a bunch of landscaping and stuff. It looks nice, but they still have that little
Yeah,
approach and they park on it. And there was a problem. People were having a problem with that. So, But they say they may take their little fountain and rocks and make that a drive so they can pull in and park by their porch.
I mean, I see where the old alley or existing alley is, and you can see how it would connect. It's right there. Right there.
Yeah, I see that now.
See it?
Uh-huh.
I didn't,
Yeah.
See it pop in there.
but there's nothing going down the alley on the south side. There is. You need to come and look at this.
I can see it.
Okay. Here's the drive now, but the other drive is actually more in the middle of this trailer. So there is just one line that goes under where that was. This is,
what's that?
this is the sewer.
Oh, okay.
So the city manhole, there's manhole here.
Where's the lane that he's talking in relation to?
Okay, it is kind of in the middle of this trailer coming straight down.
It's,
Yeah.
it's cleared.
Do you
for
see
the-
that right
it's cleared
there?
For the sewer then.
Yeah.
That's why the parcels.
Right, you see where the,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, parcel goes right in the middle of this trail at the back. And the one in the one in the front. So it's right here. And this is to the side of, I do remember seeing that cover sitting there. Huh.
In my personal opinion, I think we need to do a little more legwork to see if there's any manholes or anything, like somebody, I'm not saying you walked out.
No, no, I'm just,
Just to get some other eyes on it.
no, that's why,
And with you being here, we help doing it too. All right, I have to think how I want to do this. I want to rescind my motion.
Okay.
So you need, does he have to rescind his second? I actually have a little cheat sheet in here, but I don't know if I can find it very quick.
it seems, have you officially rescinded?
Yes.
I officially rescind.
Okay, Dylan, although there's no problem with this, and I will bring it up at the town council meeting on Monday. And by then Dalton might have more information. Because he works for the utilities. And just so everything's okay, and he'll talk to the guy in charge, Earl. And if you're not, next meeting, we'll make a decision on it.
Okay.
I mean, is this a pressing issue for you? We don't want to keep you hanging, but
Yeah, I mean, I think we would hope to have a decision on this more towards the end of the month, if possible. So that does give us a good amount of time here.
could we do a motion where pending,
We'd have to meet next month.
no, we have to make the motion and approve it pending the clearance from the utilities.
I prefer just to wait for utilities to go look and not muddy it up.
Yeah, it'd be the end of the
Yeah.
month, but, well, you want the end of the month, it'd be, we always meet the second Tuesday of the month,
And second Monday.
Okay.
second Monday. So the 12th, that would be, go up, come on, the 14th, oh, yeah, the 14th. That's June, July. The 9th, it'd be the 9th,
9th of July. Okay.
yeah,
June.
June.
June, okay.
9th of June, we will have a definite answer for you.
Okay, so should I attend the APC on June 9th for the decision then?
You can if you want, or if you want to come to the APC meeting on Monday for more explanation, you could do that as
You
well.
mean the town meeting?
Town meeting, what did I say?
APC.
The APC, the town meeting is on Monday.
Town meeting's on Monday. here in the town hall at 7.
Okay, and that's next Monday, May 19th?
Right, and if you want to, you've talked to Corrine here at the town clerk.
Correct.
Yeah, if you want to let her know you want to be on the agenda.
Okay.
And that way you'll have time allotted for you to talk, and then if everything's good, then they may go ahead and approve it without us giving a recommendation.
Yeah.
Because they could do that.
Okay.
Sound good?
Dylan, I recommend you bring the drawing that you just sent Don and also the drawing of the parcels and create a packet. How many folks are on the town council?
5, 6, and 7 for the lawyer, 8 for Dan. I'd just bring 10.
I'd bring 10 copies so you could distribute, if that's a possibility.
Make sure he has them there.
And then just a cover letter stating what exactly you're wanting to do. Mark up your sketch of that alleyway, and then make sure you tell the exact instructions of what Boone County has instructed you to do, what you want to do with it, how it needs to be reclassified, etc.
Also,
Yeah.
Can you bring like a drawing with where all the utilities are located at that time too?
Is there a map that shows underground electrical?
Not that I know of.
Do you have?
The electrical lines, I actually got the permit through Ben Truitt. I'm not sure if he's there now, but we did that, and we actually ran the whole line all the way to the west side of the property. And Jerry Seymour's the gentleman who did that for me, so he'd be able to provide an accurate drawing of the electrical line as well, if you need that.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Bring that.
Just be over prepared for the council.
Okay.
Come in with shock and awe.
I'll do my best.
Okay. And as a person that lives in the neighborhood, I appreciate everything you're doing with these trailer parks.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we just want to make it a safe, clean, and thriving community for the future. So that's all we're here to do.
Yeah, and it's affordable housing.
Yes.
Something we need. So, do you have anything else for us?
I don't, but thank you very much for the time today.
Anybody have anything for him? All right, and maybe we'll see you Monday.
All righty,
All
sounds
right.
good.
Thanks, Dylan.
Yep, have a good one.
You too. Bye. He just put his name on there, but I knew he was calling, so I was afraid to answer it. All right.
So,
That was actually fun. We did some.
yeah, using the word easement here. Look at that map. Is this all grandfathered as we look at this? Is there any easement challenges? It's been here a long time.
Right. Well,
We need to do a due diligence. Make sure
Yeah,
there isn't
well-
anything that we're not aware of. there,
the thing is, trailer parks are actually under the state, not the town. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. he knows.
As far as under the state, as far as what do you mean?
The state decides.
Yeah.
If
Like they're essentially they're licensed by the state, and currently, because I just looked at this before coming here, the town's ordinance doesn't actually have any language around trailer parks in it. So,
And I think that was because the state does everything for them. So when we first started this, we got talking about that and found out that we had really no jurisdiction in them.
yeah, I think
Anyway,
the old ordinance there was a moratorium in like the 1990s on trailer parks.
Yeah.
And I suppose whenever this latest version of the ordinance was adopted, they decided to strike out all of the trailer park language.
be under land usage.
You do not?
Under land usage, I think.
There it is. Yeah, 'cause it's like the thickest one. Yeah, 1551 mobile homes.
So I think it turns out there's some hard copy, just because a book here that talks about land usage. Or there's somebody who works for the state, and that's their job.
Mobile homes, trailers, and parks. Mobile home and trailer, any unit used as a place of abode for one or more human beings, which is equipped with wheels or similar devices used for the purpose of transporting such unit from place to place, whether by motive power or other means that includes any such unit, whether the wheels have been removed, or equipped so that it may be mounted on wheels and propelled either by its own power or by other power-driven vehicles. 1989. Okay.
Is there a digital copy of that?
Yes, there is. And since this is your first meeting, Marcellus and Deb Lazier are actually
Writing
reviewing
that,
all
yeah.
our land usage codes.
So it'll change sometime, probably I think we'll be done with our draft certainly in the next couple of months, and hopefully it'll be at a place where town council can adopt it by the end of the year. That's kind of I think that's kind of what
That's
Deb's
what you had
hoping
on
for.
there, on
Yeah.
the last, on the minutes.
Yeah.
And yeah, because we'll want to go over it. We have to have public meetings.
Yep.
Okay, mobile home parks or trailer parks which are properly licensed by the state are specifically exempted from the provisions of this chapter, except that this provision shall in no way exempt the business or operating a mobile home park or trailer park from the chapter 152 and building code of the town.
Right, and that's actually the old language that
Right,
got
and then-
superseded by the version that's online doesn't even include that.
That's 151.07 is that, and then 151.08 moratorium on new park. No one shall use a new mobile home park to be established within the town limit or cause a present park to be expanded after March 15th, 1993. So he's not expanding, he's just. Yeah, because mobile homes weren't as big as they are now. And if you look how they put in there, and they were probably nice and straight. And when they started bringing in these huge ones, they had to move it around. This one right here is the one that's burnt, and there's a new one in there, and it's at an angle. And you had to do that to fit it. So, yeah, this may not be one of them that's had all the papers taken out and switched.
Yeah.
Because I did that. I have a whole stack of old ordinances from the whole book, notebook. But ours was always, land usage is always the thickest.
Historic document.
And that's why when he sent me the email, I passed it on to you guys.
Well, and that's we work together. I mean, he's here going, now, wait, we need to check this. It's good having him here. And like, oh yeah, I've already checked this, and I've done this, and I've done that. Yeah. Okay. Item number 1, meeting with Giving Tree Ventures debrief.
Yes. So I just wanted to, talk about a meeting that Dawn and I attended with Tim Silver of Giving Tree Ventures. They are a developer that is focused on low income and workforce housing. And so their developments are modular homes, manufactured homes, trailer parks, and campgrounds. They do both, new development, buying a unused parcel, developing it into something. They also have management services, so they will buy campgrounds, mobile home parks that are not doing so great or less than desirable in a distressed circumstances, and renew them, revitalize them, and update them to a state that is more pleasant for the town, for their neighbors, and for the residents of the Trailer Parker Campground. And so they've been in discussions or visiting and talking to a lot of the towns in this region as a result of all of the development in Lebanon with Lilly and others, to provide housing for the workers who are coming in to build those projects. And so he kind of presented a couple of ideas that he had for developments here in Thorntown, specifically discussing, specifically what he presented, the idea he presented was a campground or mobile home park that would serve as temporary workforce housing for these workers for the duration of that construction project. And if there was still interest, or if there was still growth potential, they could then at that point assess converting that temporary housing into permanent housing, converting the mobile homes into permanent housing, and discussing with the town as well various financing and partnership schemes where perhaps, for example, the town could be gifted back the land after the temporary workforce, if they don't wind up turning it into permanent housing, to do with as the town pleases afterwards. So that's kind of the long and short of it. He stressed that it's very important to him to not come into a town and be like, this is the project I want to do, like, do this. He wants this to be very collaborative, and he wants to make sure that he's addressing a need that the town sees. And so he said he's just really interested in getting that discussion started, whether that's here in the APC or the town council, between the two, kind of deciding, is a development like this, is low income or workforce housing desirable for Thorntown, where, what kind, and once the town kind of settles on an idea of what they want, he wants to try to deliver that product.
The manufactured housing, they're not metal studs, they are wood, 2x4. And when they do bring in the two pieces, they set it on a foundation. If you're going to do this, go this route. But then they will actually stick frame like a front on it, with maybe extend a family room out the back, or on the front put a big porch or whatever. I mean, so it's just not a rectangular shape. They can do that type of stuff. He did mention the tiny homes, which back when Sean McClintock was on here, we addressed those, and they did not meet our 1,200 square feet requirement.
Right.
And with them revising all our codes, that's something that's going to be looked into. I mean,
Does he have his eye on a property or something to that effect that he's wanting to purchase? Or is he, with this collaborative thing, is he making the pitch that we as a team will collaborate to find something?
He did mention
that's his.
some of the trailer parks, or the trailer park on the south side of town, which may be one of the ones that Dylan owns. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Dylan owns them all now.
He does?
So that might not even really be a possibility at this point, but that's kind of what he talked about. I think there was another property
It's right here.
that was mentioned.
Street. Huh?
Lincoln Street?
Yeah. And it actually was divided. This is Lincoln, Gary Kaufman lives right here.
It's on the south side.
And this is Lincoln
Mhm.
Street here. It was proposed, well, whoever proposed it had to come in and put the street in. And nobody wanted to do that,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
which.
There are some utilities ran out there. I've seen manholes out. in the
Yes,
field.
there are. You're right, there are.
And
And,
didn't, Boyd want to do something?
well, that's just it. It was divided into really small parcels.
Yeah.
And if you had tiny homes, that'd been perfect for that, but you'd probably want to double up the parcels right now. Yeah, because Floyd owns this. I think he owns this, but they sold some of these lots off for houses.
What street is this?
This is South Powell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it comes over here and goes back north, crosses 75, and goes to my house.
So are we sharing the responsibility of trying to find land for him, or is
No.
it up to him to find the land?
No, it's for him to find the land. And then, like I said, Fairfields have a lot of land, but for some reason, they don't want to let it go unless, I guess, they're wanting a lot of money for it. I don't know. But,
So is there anything we need to do with what he suggested, other than just sit on it?
No.
no, he actually came following Monday.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he came and talked to the town council. He gave them the 10-minute spiel rather than what we had. It was very informative. So,
So this would impact, our water treatment? If we have X amount of units or people?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many extra people are we looking at? Because, I mean, the water treatment project that they're proposing is going to cover a lot of it.
Yeah.
So it would have
And it's
a
gonna-
huge development.
It's gonna
The-
put us
the
at
wa-
max
fresh water.
capacity.
Yes.
Fresh water is going to be great. It's the sewer that's going to be the problem. And when Arbor was thinking about coming out here, or actually talking about coming out here, there were some people that didn't know and never said anything. I had an idea that it might happen, and the town was discussing going with ponds or a mechanical sewer treatment. And then, well, since we have the two ponds, we'll just add another pond, it'll be less expensive. And then after we get the second pond almost done, oh yeah, this Arbor Homes wants to go out here. And, Bertner sat up here and he goes, if we'd known that, I would have really pushed for the mechanical sewage treatment.
Well, they tried to do that years ago with the previous council.
Yeah.
They voted against it for some reason.
Yeah, they
Everybody was
did.
telling them they had to get this done.
Right.
They didn't do it.
Well, they didn't want to be the ones to raise the rates.
Right.
So it's gonna have to,
Go up anyway.
Yeah.
They find a reason.
Well, and that's Advance, everybody had their own sewers, septic tanks on their lots. And the state came in and says, you can't do that anymore. You gotta do something. So they built one there south of town, which that also serves, I think, Granville Wells Elementary. But since they didn't have one or anything,
Tell me
they had
about
to
it.
put, yeah, you live there. That was
Yeah,
actually,
you guys have, your rates are like cheap compared to ours.
and Danny Pierce was on the town council when that happened. He goes, we had to do it. But now, do you guys have to, the sewer handles your gray water, but the sewage has to be pumped out of septic tanks?
Every now and then they
Yeah.
come and pump it.
So, yeah, I think what they probably did was they disconnected the fingers, and then they put a tap into the tank.
Mm.
And that tank goes into the wastewater treatment system, so as the solids settle.
Yeah.
You know, we got our utility bill, it's the cheapest it's been. It's $450, $475.
We're fortunate right now, very fortunate.
Well, unfortunately, to keep rates down.
No.
That's the.
No, that was the
That's a
cheapest it's
caveat.
been this year.
That's it. I mean, that's the cap. if you want to get the rates down, you have to bring new business.
Right.
That's the caveat, but people
Well, all
don't want,
the
you
kids
know,
moved
it's,
out,
it's,
So,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
there,
So
there's
some, you know, the poo's gotta go somewhere.
Yeah,
And
literally.
there were people that were very adamant about
They're putting in like.
Arbor coming in,
Yeah.
the Westfall place. And Max Allen's the one who stood up and said at the meeting,
And say all winter long, yeah, all right.
he said, hey, everybody wants a grocery store.
Mhm.
Everybody wants this, everybody wants this. Who's gonna come in here when there's not that many people here?
Yeah, you have to have a,
But now you guys are, we may get a grocery store now.
make a
We
difference.
better.
Okay, so let me add in some numbers for what's going on the other side of 65. I go to the Lilly,
The new PUD or just the old Lily?
the Lilly project in the north end right here at 47.
Yeah, 47.
Okay, so every Monday morning, they have a big safety meeting, and there's general information. And through the turnstiles, people badging in, they hit a high, so they now have like 1,083 people. So the parking lot that I park in is about the size of a third of Thorntown, the parking lot.
Mhm.
So this is a project that started about 2 years ago, and it was generically seen as a 10-year project. When they get that side of 65 done, then they hop over to this side of 65. They have to get water,
Mhm.
another familiar topic. And so I'm just saying that there's a lot of people who have never been in Indiana, and they're renting in Zionsville or somewhere. So if those people knew in general, you know, that there was housing available, you know, they would absolutely come.
Yeah,
They follow the work.
The day the Lily came to work day here in Thorntown a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I talked to a lot of them. Most of them drive an hour and a half, 2 hours away to come here.
Did you say some of them live in Kingman?
Yeah,
Some of them in Terre Haute.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
got one that lives in, way down south of Terre Haute. Oh, I can't remember the name
That's
of it. I stopped him on it. Every day he goes up there.
Oh.
He was South Terre Haute.
Yeah, and so, yeah, we could, this is a great spot for homes.
Especially with all that going on and
1,000 people.
And if it was a rental, now the 1,000 people, they're all,
Aren't they planning it eventually being 5,000 though?
yes.
Mhm.
Scary.
it takes me at least 20 minutes to walk from my parking spot to the building. I'm not joking, man.
Climb up 10 flights of stairs, get to the top structure, yeah.
Oh, it's 115 steps up to the third floor.
You're so
You counted them. Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
You're funny.
It's a big campus.
Yeah, it's,
So it's more than another 8 years by default, you know. It's just,
Mhm.
I think it's gonna be faster.
I think it is too. Let's see, 5.
It's gonna be much faster.
5.
there you go.
And then the more
Once the
what they're
momentum
doing
gets
on
going and the money starts
South
flowing, it's
32,
gonna-
they just started that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Recently.
especially with the current political climate.
The off ramps and stuff, but it's going to look, it's going to be fun here soon too.
Is that the one just north of, I call it Jackson's Road 300? Because I know one of the families that lives where the road's
Hey, if
gonna
we
come
don't have
down to
any-
52,
So,
they live right next to it.
and from, so 300 north, and then even up from 300 north, and then do the same thing.
excuse me, what are they doing?
All ramps and off ramps.
Yeah, that's going to be,
Interchanges.
okay, you know, the interchange by Whitestown, the new one that they put in by
The
Lowe's,
double diamond.
that, the Diamond Divergent, that is what's going in there. That is what is
And
planned.
at 52 and 65, we're going to have to, that's phase 4.
They have to,
Are they-
wow.
are
just
they
in
going
case
to
there's
keep
accidents.
that
There will be
52 and
accidents.
where they come
I
together?
can't remember happened well. It's kind of.
Yeah, so
checked
that's
into,
gonna
like,
be
NDOT
about-
emailed me copies of it.
Well, they've
So
already
all
started
four of
on
them,
it.
so you guys know.
So about
Does the
Yeah.
Love
2 years
family
from now?
have to move?
2.5
I
years,
don't
it'll
know,
be
but
done.
you know,
It'll be done.
you start seeing them taking out those trees in those two houses right there.
Yeah.
You can see that,
Yeah.
that ramp's gonna go right between those two.
I know
houses. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
40, it's 40 feet from, can't remember their last name, but Joe and Melissa.
Okay, since we're done, we can get off recording. If there's nothing else to share, and then we can finish.
Yeah.
Chatting if there's nothing
Okay.
else.
Does anyone have any old business?
No.
Other business? Announcements?
No.
The clock that used to be up there, I keep looking at it. I make a motion, we adjourn at 6:57.
A second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
We were going live, now kill it. There should be a mouse sitting there somewhere.
End stream.
And so in general, if there was something